Hello, welcome to Pop Along RC, the RC car channel dedicated to RC car racing and getting as many people into the fantastic hobby of RC car racing as possible. Now, here on the channel, we pop along to lots of different clubs, lots of shops, and we try to promote as many brands as possible. Now, we are all about the racing, and we've said many a time on the channel, it's not necessarily about what car you're running, but it's about who you're racing against and having a super close race. And this week saw us having the best race ever. Now, before we get onto that, we also had a little look at some LMP cars, because that is something that's going to be coming up on the channel a lot more in 2025. But this week it was 4 people that have raced each other many times. So 4 very competitive drivers running exactly the same chassis, which was the TT01Es, and they were pretty even on the track, and it just made for really close battle. Because we're all friends and because we enjoy the racing element of the hobby, we had some special rules in place, which meant if you were lapping, you were actually still racing, and therefore you didn't have to get out of each other's way. It just made for some really close racing on the track, and we had an absolute blast. So here at Pop Along RC, we have visited lots of clubs and we have raced lots of different classes of RC car. And this week we were at Beds. However, in this video, we're also going to take a closer look at some LMP cars. This is a project that we're looking to start in 2025, and Mark and I are looking to delve into the world of LMP in a little bit more detail than we did last year. We kind of dipped our toes in the water last year, but hopefully this year we are hoping to take the full plunge into LMP and put some quality time into seeing how good we can get. But before we have a look at those, let's check out the most amazing final I think I've ever had. It was the TT01 final, and yeah, start to finish, we were just chuckling. There might have been a little bit of arguing, but comment down below, did the right person win? Okay, so here we are. It is the A final of the Tamiyas, and we've got a bit of a sort of higgledy-piggledy grid this time. I am starting out at front. Luke's had a poor start there, and we've got Mark in last. Now, there's been a collision in the first turn, which means I'm out in front, and then we've got Chris in second, Mark in third, Luke in fourth. Now, I have to get as far ahead as I can at this point, because Mark is by far the quickest car on the track, has been all the way through qualifying, so I need Chris to do me a favour and hold him up best he can. So we have got the battle of interest is Chris in the blue car, Mark in the white, yellow to red car, and they are battling on the track. Chris is doing a great job of keeping his car as wide as possible, sticking to that racing line and making Mark work super hard. So Mark tries to get up the inside there, the door is shut, which means he falls back a little bit. Chris is taking some really tight lines through this chicane nearest the stage. Now Mark again, he's all over the back of Chris. Oh man, that's disgraceful. But Mark gets just what he deserves, put on his roof, and Chris disappears up the track. And I am now in sight of Mark and coming around to lap him. However, as I say, Mark's got clear track now, and he is definitely the quicker car. So I just need to keep it clean. I need to stay out of trouble, and I need to hope that Chris can keep that barrier between me and Mark. So Mark is quickly closing on Chris, and he's going to be all over his bumper yet again. So let's see how Mark negotiates it this time. He is all over the back of Chris, but Chris is keeping his car on the racing line. He's gone inside, forcing Mark around the outside. There is no way through. So Chris has got his line. He's taken the inside line. As soon as he does it again, he's gone inside, forcing Mark around the outside, and then he cuts him off as they come back through. This is great driving by Chris. A little bit of contact there, but Chris, oh, Mark's gone all the way around the outside there. He's got the job done, and now he is on the hunt for me. So currently it is me in first place. We've got Mark in second, charging up pretty quick, and we've got Chris in third, Luke in fourth. So I know that all I have to do is keep the car as wide as possible, and it's going to be difficult for Mark to get past, but Mark has crashed. Hang on, Mark, that is outrageous. Absolutely disgusting effort there from Mark. He's crashed, he's jumped over the barrier, and he's gained from it. That is ridiculous. He's let me through, but come on. The gains that he's made there, I'm still angry. I'm still angry. But here he goes. Oh, he tapped me there. Do you know what? It's got scrappy, and it's Mark that's made it a scrappy race. That is disgraceful racing from Mark. He's supposed to be pro racer Mark, but it's club racer Carl now down to second. Luke is finding some form at the moment, so Luke is pressuring me from behind. He is actually a lap down at the moment, and he's made another mistake there. That's unfortunate. So Mark now has got some clear track ahead of him. I'm going to just keep it slow and steady, keep it consistent, hope that Mark has some mistakes. There's a mistake there from Mark. He really is pushing it around this track. He's going to be hoping to catch up with Chris yet again. And I'm hoping that Chris is going to hold him up so I can get back on his bumper. But I'm still upset about Mark jumping the barrier earlier on. I'm still not sure how legal that is. Put the comments in the description down below. Should Mark have yielded a little more than that? Because he definitely gained an advantage. Anyway, back to the racing. Chris is trying to keep it. Oh, Mark is just tapping everybody today. But he did the right thing there. He's let Chris have it. We had an agreement before the race that lapping cars have to race their way through because we're all friends in this race, which is going to make it a little bit interesting. We've got Mark negotiating there. Chris and Luke have come together. I've managed to sneak through. I'm now a little bit closer to Mark, but I've got Luke all over my bumper. And as I say, we said if we were on the track together, we are racing. So I am in a race with Luke at the moment. Although I am a lap or two ahead of him at this stage, it's still worrying times for me because I don't want to get caught. I have a habit of getting clipped. Oh, that was lucky. I've avoided it there. But Chris now is ahead of Luke. Mark is catching on them again. He's got through clean. Wow, we've not got long left of the race. I think Luke has lost a wheel. Luke has lost a wheel. He is causing all sorts of upset on the track. Mark is making a few mistakes now. I'm just going to keep it consistent. I'm hoping. Oh, Mark's made another mistake. He's crashed. He's gone wide. Has Mark got a problem with his car? I'm all over the back of Mark now. Mark seems to be struggling with grip. I've gone up the inside. He's cut. Oh, disgraceful there, Mark. You've cut me off. That is unbelievable. And do you know what? That is the final lap. I have actually gone through to take the win. So that is a win for Club Racer Carl. Pro Racer Mark in second, and the legend that is Chris takes the third spot. And unfortunately, Luke had an issue with his wheels. So as you can see here in the footage, we have got a few LMP cars on the track, and we've spoken to Beds and they are happy for us to run LMPs regularly if we want to turn up. So Mark has got his old Eclipse 4. Meanwhile, there was an Eclipse 5 on the track, and quite recently, Mark had the opportunity of running the brand new Schumacher Eclipse 6 on the track. We have also run the Automatics car here on the channel, and we've had a look at a few other brands of LMP cars. So if you're interested in the LMP journey, please like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong bell, because there's going to be some new cars featuring on the channel very, very soon. Pop it in the comments down below. Have a little guess. What do you think we are going to be running in 2025? What cars are we going to be bringing to the channel?
Right, these are the two cars side by side. This is my one, the Eclipse 4. This is the Eclipse 5. Now, I am not an LMP guru whatsoever, and I'm trying to look at the differences. I'm sure there is. If anyone knows the differences, put it in the comments. I mean, alright, we've got a different front end here. This was actually much more planted than this one, but I do like my cars to be a little bit twitchy. So yeah. And last week we was here, we did look at the new Schumacher Eclipse 6, which was really, really nice. But yeah, it's been a real joy to get this round. I have chunked a tyre because I ain't very good at it yet. But I think it's going to be an interesting year. I do feel like we're going to do a little bit more of this, but it's been good fun tonight.
Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong bell, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.